me, not him! It's not fair!
I think it's pretty fair to say that the Mets have been pretty underwhelming.
Meet the Mets.
Before you say anything, I know, I got a new shirt on. I think we could all agree that we didn't think that the Mets were going to mess up this bad. As you guys could tell, I'm a Mets fan, and things haven't been going so good for me lately. I mean, I'll be honest. I didn't think we were going to beat the Braves in the division, but I at least expected a wild card spot. We're 9 games back. This is ridiculous. I feel like a lot of the blame gets tossed on to Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer, and while they're not playing well, I don't think this team's collapse is completely their fault. This whole team is just underperforming, especially the bullpen. In the bullpen, we've gotten really unlucky with injuries. In today's video, we're going to be going over why the Mets aren't so good.
Meet the Mets. Meet the...
Long story short, the bullpen is garbage. You look at these stats, they're in the bottom 12 of the league for ERA. They're not that high up in WHIP or ERA. They've given up the 3rd most home runs in the league. Nothing about this bullpen shouts championship, World Series level caliber team. And, you can go out of your way and you could say, oh, well, the offense isn't hitting consistently, or the starting pitching isn't pitching consistently, blah, 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 blah. So what's different this year? There's a lot of new guys in the bullpen. If you look at this picture, this is the official MLB website that shows the Mets bullpen, but they're not showing everybody that has screwed this team over. So I'm just going to go over a few particular guys that really messed this team up pretty bad. Stephen Nagosic, garbage. We're just going to look over the last 5 games because I feel like that's all that matters, to be honest. We're halfway through the season, right? In his last 5 appearances, he's given up 7 earned runs. That's awesome, right? He's given up 11 or 12 hits. I can't do math. And that's not acceptable. That is not good. You got Jeff Brigham. Jeff, I will say though, I did go to a couple Mets games this year, and I saw him pitch, and he comes out to All the Small Things by Blink-182. Fire walkout song. But other than that, you're trash. And, when you look at the stats over his last 5 starts, he's given up 5 earned runs. It's better, but how much better than 8 or 7 earned runs that Nagosic gave up? Your bullpen shouldn't be giving up 5 earned runs, 7 earned runs from one guy. They should be from multiple guys over multiple games. It's ridiculous. We got Tommy Hunter. This guy's been on the team for years now, and the Mets finally cut him loose. Finally.
Number here and walk it off. And that'll do it! Woo! Start the buses! Poor Larry, a crown! Oh!
Over his last 5 starts with the Mets, he gave up 4 earned runs. Tommy Hunter is not part of this team's future, and he's definitely not helping this team win games, so get out of here. And then we get to the regular Mets bullpen. David Peterson, who's been on and off from the starting rotation, has come out of the bullpen a couple times. I'm not going to harp on him too much. He's young. He could still develop or whatever. But, I've been saying that for a long time. When is he going to figure it out? Trevor Gott, we just traded for. I've seen a lot of advanced analytics saying that he's been pitching a lot better than what his ERA and WHIP and all that stuff really shows. So maybe he turns it around. That was a nice pickup by the Mets. Grant Hartwig, I have no idea who you are. Dominic Leone, he's serviceable. If we look at his last 5 games, he's only given up 1 earned run. I think he's serviceable. I feel like we kind of put him in very high leverage situations when I don't think he's supposed to be that guy for us. Brooks Raley, love the guy. He's really good for us. Only lefty in our bullpen as of right now. Drew Smith, I mean, this guy gives up home runs like it's nothing. I could probably hit a home run off of him, and I weigh 145. David Robertson, W pickup. It'd be interesting to see what we could get in return for David Robertson if we do end up trading him. And then our closer for this year, well, we've been switching on and off between Adam Ottavino and David Robertson. I think Robertson has won that closing role, but I think he's going to be part of a trade package sooner or later, and Adam Ottavino will soon be the closer again. Really, it's just another one of those guys who's very, very inconsistent and does not help this team win whatsoever. I mean, we have another year left in his contract, so he's going to be here. He'll be here next year, but I think he will be better in a role that's not our closer. He will be better as a setup man, or just somebody who eats innings in the middle innings, or like if let's say you need an out, he'll be there to get that out. I don't think he should be there for 4 3-out saves like he's been out there for this year. But yeah, that's pretty much the bullpen. All right, let's go with the hitting.
Meet the Mets. Meet the.
Now I know what you're gonna say. It's a new day, and I got the same shirt on. This team's hitting is just very, very inconsistent, and it falls on a lot of our star players. So we're just going to go through a couple guys that I think need to start hitting better, or at least more consistently. All right, first up we got Starling Marte. And while looking at his last couple games, he has been playing a lot better, I'll give him that. But I still think strikeouts for him are a really big problem. I think sometimes, especially in clutch situations, he just kind of goes up there and just kind of tries to hack at the ball without any sort of approach whatsoever. That these next two guys really show what this team embodies of inconsistency. So next up we got Pete Alonso. You look at these stats, I mean, they look awful. At the beginning of the year, he was doing so well. He led the league in home runs. He had a pretty good batting average. Looking at this statistic that I found on my phone on Instagram, since the start of June, Pete Alonso has been batting 144. How do you expect to win games when he is, if not your best hitter on the team? Next up, we got Jeff McNeil. And while Jeff has been batting around 250 for the whole year, I mean, for a guy that won the batting title last year with a 326 average, I feel like that's pretty unacceptable. To have your batting average drop by 70 points. I feel like he's another guy that's just not really hitting in very clutch situations. I feel like he's not hitting when there's guys on base, when you're supposed to be hitting the ball. And the last guy we're going to go over is Francisco Lindor. Now, Francisco Lindor has been struggling a lot this year, but I feel like as of recent, he started to pick it back up. But I feel like these last couple games kind of embeds what we've seen in this team this year. You see, before the All-Star break, he goes on a game, 5 hits, 3 hits, 1 hit, goes on a little hit streak there. Play a series against the Dodgers, and he doesn't get a hit in 10 at-bats. I feel like he does get a lot of hate that is unjustified, but that doesn't mean that he's not subject to criticism. I could sit here all day and talk about how this team is underperforming, but everybody kind of knows they are right now. While we are underperforming, there's still a lot of players on this team that I feel like are very useful to us. I mean, Brandon Nimmo has been a very good center fielder for us. Francisco Alvarez has been amazing since he got called up, and Kodai Senga has been flawless. I love Kodai Senga. He's probably our best pitcher on our pitching staff. How about you guys tell me in the comments? Do you think the 2023 Mets are going to be making the playoffs? Let me know. But that's all I got for today's video. If you liked the video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. I appreciate you for watching the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.